All right, so let's talk about something very, very important, which is indexing. And indexing generally means content, whether it's your pages, your posts, or your media, that you want Google and other search engines to be able to discover. So when a content is indexed, that means it's been made possible to be discovered by search engines. Now, it's not all the content that you have on your website that you want to be indexed. Some you want to be indexed, while others you don't want them to be indexed. Now, to go about configuring this properly, let's come down here to titles and metas, okay? And then from here, I'm going to click on post types. Now, make sure that for the meta robots, post has index, all right? For pages, make sure it also has index. For media, make sure it also has index as well. By default, they're all set to index, but just make sure that that is the case. However, if you come down here to taxonomies, your categories and tags are also set to index, and very often you don't want this to be the case. You want to set your categories and your tags to no index. Now, a question you might have here is, okay, well, should I always set no index to my categories and tags? And the answer is there is no straightforward yes or no answer to that question, all right? If you're running a typical blog where your category and your tag pages only contain excerpts from belonging posts, then the answer is no. You shouldn't allow search engines to index your category and tag pages. Now, if on the other hand, if you have unique content to those category and tag pages, then the answer is yes, you should index them for better SEO. The chances are you are not going to have unique content on your categories and tags. They're basically going to contain the same content from your posts that have those categories and tags. Now, the reason why it's generally a bad idea to index your categories and tags in such a scenario is because you're going to make it look like you're trying to fool Google into thinking that you have several content out there, when in fact it's just duplicate content. So let's say, for example, you have a post about WordPress plugins, all right, and it's under a category of plugins. Google has already indexed the post that contains the information about plugins, right? Now, if you choose to index the categories as well, Google is going to see the same content again in your categories called plugins that contains that post. It's going to see the same content all over again, and then Google can start thinking that, hey, this guy is trying to fool me. This guy is trying to make me think that he has so much content when in fact it's just duplicate content. So that can lead to serious penalties, and you don't want that. So generally, in most cases, you should set your meta robots here to no index for your categories, no index for your tags as well. And for format, also make sure that it's set to no index. So let's save our changes in there. And then you can go to archives as well. Let's see, what do we have over here? So by default, date archives is set to no index, which is good. You don't want to enable that. And then finally, under other, you can choose to also no index subpages of archives. This is something I tend to do regularly, so I'm going to do that. And while we are on this page, let me just tell you that meta keywords, Google and other search engines do not use meta keywords. So don't ever think of coming in here and enabling meta keywords. You might think that, hey, you know, having meta keywords is great. No, it's not. So you can even see the message here. It says, I don't know why you'd want to use meta keywords, but if you want to, enable this. So the mere expression over here, I don't know why you'd want to use this. That should tell you that it's very often not a good idea to enable meta keywords. So keep this on disabled, change the subpages of archives to no index. Let's save our changes, and we're pretty much done with indexing. So if you have any questions regarding this, please feel free to reach out to me. Thank you so much for watching the video, and as always, I will see you in the next class.